Hi guys, I wanted to come on here and make another video. This is like I've been trying to do this for so long, and to be honest, this is like my fifth try. It's not working, so I'm gonna make this in two parts, and this will be part one. Then I'll do part two. Maybe it's too long or something, so I'm gonna try it this way, and I'm gonna talk really fast. So basically, what happened was on this vacation that I posted about on my last video, I had an encounter with the Lord. So now I want to share another encounter I had with him on the same vacation the very next day. But before I get into that, I just want to mention to you guys, explain to you guys about something that you probably noticed I do in my videos, and that is I always talk about, how the Lord speaks to us. He speaks to us like this, and he speaks to us like that, and da da da. And you probably already know that, but I send these videos to my unsaved family members, and they don't know how the Lord works. So that's why I talk a lot about that. So don't think I'm just kind of, or don't get like, or think like, we already know this lady, like, why are you talking about that? Because I know most of you probably are saved, but it's being sent to other people in my family. So okay, so that was the first thing. And the second thing I wanted to explain was, when I made my last video, I was mentioning how, if we don't spend time with the Lord, then time goes by and it turns into days, and we end up just going, time passes and we don't spend any time with the Lord. The only reason I said that was because, well, what you don't know, I don't think I mentioned this on any of my videos to the few of you that watch these videos, that the enemy has been attacking my sleep for a number of years. So sometimes I literally wake up at like 2 o'clock, and by the time I get up, I have a 6-year-old son and I have to attend to him. So that's why it's hard for me to have a schedule with stuff. And I just wanted to explain that. I didn't want you to think that, I was just saying that, we just don't spend any time with the Lord, time goes by. No, it's not like that. Okay, so now that I've got that out of the way, I'll explain to you what happened, how the Lord just did something miraculous, and he has been doing things like this since I've got saved, and I think that's where my faith is very strong, and I'm able to just kind of, keep going with everything, no matter what's going on around me, because it hasn't been easy, to be honest, but I know God is who he is because of this kind of stuff that I experience with him, and I just thank him for that. He's amazing. So okay, basically that next morning I woke up. I was told that we were leaving at 2:30, so I got up at 1:30 and I showered and stuff, and then I had about 15 minutes and I prayed. I did, Psalms 91, Lord's Prayer. I put the armor on, and then I just prayed, Lord, I want to experience you today. Can you please do something powerful? Go before me, Lord. I want to have an encounter with you, Lord. Like, I was just praying, like, Lord, please, like, because that's what fills me with joy when I hear from him, when he speaks to me, it just makes my day. Like, that's what makes my day and makes my vacation, like having him a part of it, to do something. And you know what, the amazing thing about God is that, like, he really, I was praying, like, I really wanted it. It was my heart's desire, and he did. And he really would do that for any of you if you just ask him and say, God, come on. And it's not that we don't believe in him or anything, it's that we just want to have these encounters with him. Like, it just makes us happy, right? So anyhow, what happened is, that morning when we left our hotel room, there was like a thick black cloud over top of our hotel room, and it was supposed to be sunny. That whole week the weather there was supposed to be very sunny and bright and beautiful, and it was like this thick black cloud. So we're like, what's going on here? Like, why is this happening? Like, it's supposed to be so beautiful and sunny. Like, this is like very like gross and gloomy. Not even just a cloudy day, but it was like gloomy and like just, it was like this thickness, like dark thickness in the air. So then they told me about like another beach that's nearby. It's about a 45-minute drive in another adjacent town. So they said, why don't we just drive there? And I said, okay. So we drove there, and we got there, beautiful weather, beach was packed, full of people, all kinds of activities going on. People had their little barbecues. There was people playing volleyball, kids, adults, teens in the water. They were on their little floaty devices, just swimming around, just all types of stuff going on the beach with tons of people. Like, it was packed. And then, so I was like, okay, this is better. Like, we were all happy that, we were going to get to have the next few hours on the beach with sunny weather. And, I had a few hours sleep, so that made it so much better, because sometimes, like, I don't have good nights, and it's just not the same without rest, right? So I was just like so excited and happy that I got rest, and I'm actually out on a beach on a sunny day, and it's very rare. So anyhow, so they had on the water, 100 feet in the water. So they had one of those like, I don't know what it's called, but if you guys are familiar with that show Wipeout, you know when there's that course that people have to do. It's a show that comes on TV, and then the whole motive is to make it around this course without being knocked off by those, whatever they have, like little devices on the course that can knock you off. And so and it's funny, like when people get knocked off and hit in the face or something happens, right? They get knocked off into the water. So they had one of those, and it was big. I mean, it cost $25 to get on this, right? It was a floaty device, so it was like full of air. And so it was really fun for the kids, and they were like, we want to go on. So we paid for it, but it was 100 feet into the water, so they had to swim about 100 feet to get onto it. So okay, so we got settled down. The kids, swam onto that, and then we got our blanket set up on the beach, and the adults, like, we sat down type of thing. And then, okay, so I'm gonna pause it here because it's at 6 minutes, and I want to see if this will get uploaded. So I will continue part 2 of this in the next video.